Okay, welcome to the stream. Um, Glad you all managed to find it somehow. Hmm. Fucking unpleasant start, but that is how that is streaming. Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, when you stream, it's literally, especially at my level. Unfortunately, it's like literally 60 to 80% of the people are complete losers. Okay, so don't talk again, by the way, Mike. Okay, so what should we do here? So I was actually looking at this thing, like it's called, I think it's like called Hardwick Hall or something like that, and it was like, the thing is, like, when I built this, I was kind of just trying to remember this, right? Um, but what I realised is I didn't quite remember it correctly, because there's supposed to be like a larger hall over here, and it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. The thing is, what I noticed, right, was that this length here was actually like much longer than the hall. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So this is what I came up with the hall. The only problem was is that I think I had some issue with the width here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is only 3. It doesn't necessarily matter, because if we base the size of the hall in a slightly different way, we might still be able to get like a good result. Like this, what I'm trying to say is this diagonal is not necessarily that relevant. Okay. I feel like just not talking for a few minutes. That guy's really put me off. Fucking 6. Yeah, I just wanted to block him. There's nothing more annoying. The reason why you're not allowed to even talk, Mike, is because it's quite simple, really. When someone says hello and you've never said hello before, it basically shows that there's something like wrong with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, this was 14, right? Yeah. So this was 14, right? Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this length here is 18. And another reason really is that this is streaming. It's not like normal YouTube. I've done this long enough to know that like so many people are complete losers who watch streams. It's just literally nothing but behavioural problems, and that's not something which, you know. And that's the only response. The only response to someone with behavioural problems is essentially my reaction, which is a similar sort of behaviour. It won't always be like that. I mean, if it was always like that, it wouldn't be much fun for me. But unfortunately, you know, I have to accept that because of your behaviour, you've essentially created a situation where you're going to ruin the whole stream and make it like worse. But you know, it's just another day really. Today wasn't the best day for streaming. Maybe another day will be better. We'll see though, it's not over yet. Might be able to cheer up a little bit. Unfortunately my productivity has gone way down now. I've literally done nothing in like almost 10 minutes. Alright, yeah, I mean really the problem is that I need the streaming is so undeveloped that like I would want so many more essentially behavioural controls on the posters. I don't know, it's almost like I don't know what I could do though. I certainly wouldn't, I don't know. Alright, so this width is 14. I'm just thinking about the place that I'm building here. I don't know, it's not going to be quite what... The thing is, now I've looked at the place again, I've realised it's going to be slightly different. Alright, we're back to naught. Alright, that's what we wanted. I don't know, there's nothing you can do really. Because the problem is that the people with the worst behavioural problems, they know to come right at the beginning. Because it's the worst time, from my perspective, for them to arrive. Well, I don't know. To be honest, it's like there's all sorts of bad times, I suppose. And 14. You know what it is? Is that I'm thinking about the side wall. I know how it looks. It basically looks like the way that it looks in this place. I'm thinking of is there's only like a short section here. I think we're going to do like a more square build though. That was sort of the intention with this path and everything. I guess the thing is, I don't want to make it too symmetrical. I haven't given myself much space with these windows like that. One thing I could do is perhaps remove one of the windows. It's tough. It is tough. Man. I really need to see. I need to try and focus, but 1 second. Yeah, because I mean, looking at the current view. To be honest, I don't mind if it sort of goes like all over the place. It's all right. I do prefer. To be honest, I just prefer streaming to 0 people. I'd love to be able to do a live stream and just not allow anyone to view it, and only view it afterwards as a video. Because the interaction, live interaction, is so fundamentally completely worthless. Okay. I mean that's. I know. I mean this length that's 16. I think the idea with this was that I was going to be able to get an even spot here with the 2 3s followed by the 8s, right? So that's 16, and then we've got 22. So we wanted to have another 14 in here. Yeah, so we'd have an additional 2 there. So we have 2 here. We have the windows was 16, which would be an 18. And then we have the 2 sets of 3. It's 24. Now, do I really want to stick to this level at the back here? If we look at the size of this, the proportions from the width to the height, it's going to be like a little... Should we just do it? This is the first one that we're going to do like this. I've got a very specific style in mind anyway. Let's just plonk it down and see how we go. Okay. Alright. So we're going to have a... If we're going to have a 22, this is 14, it means there's an 8, right? So essentially we need to have this here, and then if we look at this level here, it's going to go... it doesn't matter about what material I'm using here, this is just to do an outline. So if I've calculated that correctly, that should be the right size to put a second one in there. I'm not sure it is though. There's only one way to find out though. So we would need to go 18 along, I think. Let's try it. See if I always get these things one out. I think in time I will eventually get better at it. So we go 18 along from 23. That's going to be what, 41? Let's see where you're at. Oh. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Funnily enough though, I think it is kind of in the right place, which is very fortunate because I got that completely wrong. There are 4 here. The problem is there's 5 here. But again, it shows that there was no real way of getting out of that. And remember, we can always... Why has it gone like that now, I wonder? It's not bad positioning there, is it? We're not going to do another one though. We'll do a third, but yeah. So this 4 is a gap. It's not bad. It's not bad. If we go 36 down, I think the problem was I pressed load. I shouldn't have pressed load. 32. Why is it 32? 10. Let's do -2. I'm not sure exactly where it is here. Oh, somehow it's going back there now. So the edge of this, we can always mess around the edges, right? That's not a huge problem. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth. Oh no, that is actually in the perfect place, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So just to clarify this, yeah, we need it. One, 2, 3, 4, and then it's the fifth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's the fifth. So basically, as long as that edge is, so I just need to move it a couple of blocks up. 3 more up, right? So let's move it 3 more up to 5. Perfect spot, right? Yep. Good. And go. Okay. You know what the problem is? This is going to be so different to how like I envisaged it before. But whatever. Whatever. Funnily enough, it has actually fit in really nicely though. Almost exactly how I wanted it. The question is though, how on earth are we going to get these side windows? I almost feel like we should just follow this path with andesite. I mean, right? Because the thing is, right, I could have done. This is the central hall, right? There's no doubt about that is the central hall. This length may be extended. We'll see. There's the central hall. We've got various. You see, really what I should... It should be... It should be there's a line going up here. And then in the back section is like... It's hard to explain, but basically it's like... It goes like this at the back section, right? Obviously much bigger, right? I would have to bring it in a bit. But you see, it's already quite nicely sloped to not bring it in. I think we're just going to keep it simple here because it's such a complex and difficult build to do that I'm not really sure how I could, you know, I'm playing on 115, dude. Alright, I think we're just going to go for it with this shape. Java. I don't know. We could do, the thing is, right, I could do a more complex shape, but I'm just thinking, is that how lined up are we? I don't think we actually are completely lined up here. Just trying to, I think there is one gap here. Go on, what's your question? It doesn't really matter if we do a slightly different corner here. No, no, sorry, buddy. I'm just doing some building. This is just a bit of fun for me. Well, kind of, but what are we on? Yeah, three and three, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, we can remove this at this point. We're not going to use that anymore. Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. All right, 3 and 2 then. It doesn't matter, right? Yeah, I mean, that's a 4. But on the other side, it'll be... So it'll be a 3 and a 2, right? 3 and then 2. I have got that, yeah. Yeah, it looks good. 3 and then 2. Okay. Internals are going to be so hard to do. This is such a difficult build. I don't know why I attempted such a difficult build, but I feel like I want to try something more difficult. Yeah, 3 and then a 2. Honestly though, it's actually not working out terribly. Let's just do some building. We know what to do at this point. We can always like do the thing where you put in different blocks and stuff. What I might actually want to do is because this is going to be a lot of building, so I might do a fill command here because I've got a long stretch of straight, so it's going to make a lot of sense to do a fill command rather than fill that in all manually. Alright, so we've got a 3 and a 1 there. Okay, got plenty of space for our path. Not around the other side of it, of course. So if you look at the height of it, it's pretty high. Now, whether we're going to do like the floor, I think like if we do, I think to be honest, we're sort of putting ourselves in the position where we're going to have the floor at this level, right? Because if we have floor and walls, we're going to ignore the purple section. So that should be fine anyway. All right. Let's do... Okay, let's see which direction we're looking at. Which button is it? So we're looking towards positive Z. It's going to be a little bit awkward to do it, but we'll see if I can figure it out. So it's just positive Z we need to keep in mind. So we'll do fill of 0, 0, 0. And then we'll do 0, 5, 2. Just because I like to test it first before I polished andesite. When do you do it polished andesite slab? Oh, it turns out like that. Okay. no problem then. It's kind of annoying it does that, but whatever. So how far do we want to go? It's about... Well, we can measure it, I suppose. About 22, is it? About 22 and then 10 up, maybe? That's pretty much accurate, right? And we can do the same thing here, right? So there's 1, 3 and then into it. Just want to check that they haven't accidentally... That looks right. We can fill in the rest of this. It will be a bit monolithic at this point. But it's easier to do it at this. Is that actually the right height? It's pretty close to it. I think it might be 1 too low. 1 too low for something this size. That's a huge amount of blocks to have filled in there. How many did I just fill in? Well, 253 is not that many. Right, we'll just clean up the walls here. We'll have to do these bits as well, right? Okay. Yeah. We will start to see some problems with the way it actually looks, but I don't know. To be honest, to make a house this big look good, not going to be that easy. It's worth attempting it there, for sure. You got to remember as well, if you're using a texture pack, it's hard to know how good something like this would look. Are we still, yeah, we're one short here. It often looks like you don't need this last one, but I'll keep it. Just because. This is nice because even though we're going to go higher with the roof, there's still some more interesting things we can do. Doo-doo-doo. Does look like a bit too much there, doesn't it? We can always measure, like, we can always separate this. At 10 though, it's not going to be too easy to do that. Yeah, it's 10 by 6 this window. I guess the one advantage I've got is that if I really wanted to, I could make it an odd number and we could do some separation in it. Because when something is as large as this, you have the ability to change it like that. You basically have a lot more room to work with when something is larger. Okay. Are you right, Flamingo? No, I don't vote in it. I will watch it though. I'm going to watch it. When is it starting? In about 45 minutes, isn't it? Yeah. If I had to vote though, what is it? Badlands, Badlands, Swamp, and no, wait. Badlands, Swamp or Mountain? I can't remember. What were the options? The mountain one looked a bit... I mean, mountain goat and snow. And then there was frog, I think. Yeah. Yeah. 11:30 EST, so that for me is 4:30. I'm not sure when it actually... Are you sure it starts that early? I think it's a little bit later than that. I think that's when... no, that's when the live stream starts. But I think the show itself starts a bit later than the live stream. I'm not sure though. Okay. But yeah, it should be pretty good this year because you've got the new game coming out, the Dungeons game coming out. They'll probably have a lot more footage from Dungeons. The presenters this year, I think it's the first time they've got I think they've got a Japanese presenter this year. Who is it? Shovel and stuff. I can't remember who it is. But it looks like quite a good group of people. Yeah. I always watch the whole show, to be honest. I don't know. To be honest, last year I didn't watch that much. They had that chemistry woman in there. They did like a chemistry project where they did elephant toothpaste, and I've seen that like a million times. Well, is it what? Badlands, mountain, and what's the other one? It's not swamp, I don't think. I think I've got that wrong. Is it swamp? I think Badlands put tumbleweed. Swamp is my favourite biome. So if it's... Let me just check. Because you're not saying which one it is. Is it... Swamp has been my favourite biome. It's always been my favourite biome. Because number one, it was cool when the only place you could get wild orchids was in the swamp. That I thought was cool. Not wild orchids, they're just called orchids. I'm doubting it now because I know they changed. The problem is the cornflowers confused me, but anyway. Yeah, we'll just fill this in for now. I'm not really sure exactly what I was going for here. Do I want to have like separate rooms? This could be a bit longer. Yep, chest boats. Oh, did you hear in the latest? This in there's a new update with the chests as well. It looks the same though. Does it look the same? They've changed the texture map in the latest update. It doesn't quite look the same. That's what this is literally released today, this update. Yeah, chest boats, good. Mangrove trees and frogs, yeah. Exactly. And mangrove trees, you know, mangrove trees from an ecological perspective are very important trees. So it's definitely worth it in that respect. Let's just fill in. I'm just going to fill in the last little bit. This is pretty boring content, but yeah, I would vote for swamp. I think it's, you know, it's a cool biome, swamp. But I hope what I also do hope is I hope there's more. The one thing that I really would like to see is I would like to see more illager spawning. Because really it's a waste just to have... Okay, I know they brought in raids, right? They brought in raids so the illagers could spawn. But what is... You know, it's like... Because obviously they could only spawn... Basically, I'd like to see illagers spawning all the time everywhere. Because the thing is, like, an illager and a pillager... Okay, an illager is in a woodland mansion and a pillager is in a raid, right? But I mean, what is the difference, for instance, between you know, like I've forgotten his name now. The axe guy. It's not the evoker, it's the... Because like they are, because sorry, I know that paused for you for a moment there. Unfortunately, whenever I do something, it always pauses there. But okay, what time are we at? 4:07. So the pre-show starts in 10 minutes, right? Okay. So I'll probably wrap up because I want to watch the whole thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens with the with that. I do think that we will see more spawning of. I would imagine we will see more spawning of illagers or pillagers, or whatever you want to call them at this point in the world, and especially the evokers. I mean, come on, the evokers. They're sick. The evokers really need to get. Really what I'd like to see, you know what I'm going to call it? I'm going to tell you what I think will happen. Evokers will get different types of attack. You'll get the evokers will have spikes, they have frost spikes, and you'll have fire spikes. And they'll do different types of damage to you. That's my guess, what will happen. So you can see if I'm right. We might change this at some point. I'm putting way too much polished andesite in, but oh well. Do we still have our colours that we're using? Yeah, the yellow terracotta. I'm probably not going to use the sandstone. I don't know, I might change this. I don't know. I kind of do need to do this out of polished andesite. Doesn't mean I have to like it though. Unfortunately, the thing about big builds is that you have to have episodes where it's just placing huge amounts of blocks. Even though I was doing field commands, by the time I worked out the field command, it wouldn't be that much quicker. Alright. Yeah, my right clicking is not too bad. Messed that one up. Alright. It's actually quite a big building, this. And we got our pufferfish. So how are we going to include this colour more? Is this going to be the floor? It might be. No, it can't really be the floor. I kind of like having the floor being this colour. If we are going to do a different colour. This is just a... This is what they call pufferfish house. Basically, this is my second attempt at pufferfish house. The first pufferfish house is over here. I don't know if you've seen. I can't remember when you joined. You probably didn't see these earlier stuff. I do some very weird buildings. It's like unlike what most people do. This is my first one. This is when I built the pufferfish originally. But we're in a different level now. This is quite... You won't see many buildings like that. I can tell you that much. But yeah, it's part of a project that I've got where I'm trying to improve my building skills. Probably my best build so far. The one that most people like the best would be my second cow house. But then again, it's only because it's not really, it's nothing to write home about. It's pretty basic to do something like this. Have you seen most of these before? Okay. Yeah, I'm not the best builder, but I am quite unique. At least that's what I tell myself. You know, you got to try it. But basically, what this build is, this is based on a. This is more like trying to do a proper building. So like a big hall. Yeah, I'm going to finish up as well, to be honest. I need to go. Alright, thanks for coming along anyway, and I'll see you... Yeah, I might talk... Yeah, we'll see anyway. I'm going to watch Minecon as well. Enjoy Minecon.